2020 was a crazy year to start your own business. But how do you start your business in the middle or at the start of a pandemic? I'm going to tell you how I started my own business, and I hope you have some fun watching. Hey my lovelies, welcome back to The Style of Success. I am Kelly, and on this channel we are all about beautifying our bodies and our minds so that we can look and feel confident, stylish and successful. As many of you may know, I actually started my own fragrance and fashion brand December 2019, but we didn't start trading until January 2020, and that was the start of the whole pandemic and everything just went awry. I had actually started doing a lot of research about starting a business, I think back in 2017. I've mentioned it in several videos where I talk about, how I was at a really low point in my life and I just wanted to do something creative and do something fun. I felt I had lost myself and I had lost the things that I actually enjoyed doing. At that time, I was so fascinated about understanding skincare and hair care products. So I was learning all about formulating, and that is kind of how I stumbled on perfumery, and I was learning all about the benefits of essential oils. I was so fascinated about the fact that there's certain essential oils that have mood enhancing properties. So you can imagine, for me who was going through a really difficult time in my life, I was like, I need anything that can, lift my spirits and make me happy and improve my mood. I actually did a video where I talked about the history of perfumes and indeed how hair perfumes actually started. All the perfumes I could find, even the hair perfumes, all had alcohol in them, and even when you think about fragrance oils, they were quite heavy, so you needed just a very little bit on your skin, and if you put them on your hair, it was likely to make it greasy. And so I realized that there was something that I could do that would be beneficial, not just to myself, but to so many women out there, and that was really how the whole journey of creating our own fragrance line started. So I went on to do a lot of research. Even though I had the idea back in 2017, it took a long while to actually execute that idea. I wouldn't say that the way I did it was the right way to do it, but I wanted to make sure that my products were really science-backed. I wanted to make sure I was bringing out the best of ingredients that would be beneficial to people, and I didn't want to just throw something out there. So I'm sure there are ways that I probably could have been faster, but that wasn't the case. But hey ho, you live and you learn. When starting this business, I wanted to be quite strategic. I wanted to do something first in one category, learn from it, build on it, grow, and then spread onto other categories. So we started with hair and hair care. We started with our two amazing elixirs while the research and the process was going on to create the perfume, because there's a lot that goes into creating a perfume line, and I didn't realize it when I started. And I've been really happy with the way things have gone. I feel so proud of myself because this was the first time that I'm putting myself out there, starting a YouTube channel, bringing my brand to life. Yes, it's had its ups and downs, but I wouldn't trade it for anything. Let me get into the different things that I needed to consider when I was starting. Now, the first thing I considered was I wanted to do something that I was excited about, that I loved, that I was passionate about. And so many times people are like, but what if I don't have anything I'm passionate about? What I always say to people is find something that you're interested in, something that you enjoy doing. I knew that I wouldn't be able to sustain the interest or the excitement of actually running a business if I was doing something I didn't enjoy. So I have always loved fragrance and fashion. It's always been my thing right from when I was little. Now, it wasn't just passion that I was thinking about. I was considering my passion, my purpose, and profits. If you just have passion and you have purpose and you're not making any profit, then you just have a hobby. Now, if you have passion and then you're making profits but you don't have a purpose, it's so easy for you to just meander along the way. You might make profits in the beginning, but before you know, you're just swaying with every wind of doctrine. You don't know which way to go, and you might not be able to sustain it for the long term. And then if you have purpose, you know what you want to do and you're making profit, but you're not passionate about it. Now that is one frustrated entrepreneur. And for me, it's all about empowering women to feel amazing, to encourage and lift people's spirits up and remind them of the greatness that actually lies within them. And so for me, those are the 3 P's that I was really concerned about when I was starting my business, mixing my passion, my purpose, and profit. The next thing that I wanted to consider was how I would differentiate myself in the market. What was my unique selling point? I wanted to create a line of perfumes that wasn't just healthy for your hair and your skin and was alcohol free, but I wanted a line of perfumes that embodied the characteristics of what I term a lady of substance. And so that was actually how we came to create our line of perfumes, and we named them Inspire, Empower, Motivate, Create, and Elevate. And so even during the formulation, the design, the packaging, everything took that into account, because that was what we wanted to create, something for women that made them feel amazing, but also helped to boost and create and make them feel like the lady of substance that they truly are. Another way that I tried to differentiate myself was I had to be the face of the brand. Yes, the brand is named Kelly McPepple, but I knew I had to put my face out there. So I had to build some courage, come onto social media platforms. When we started, I didn't have any social media accounts. I had to start Instagram, started YouTube, and it's been great ever since. I was so nervous starting because I'd never put myself out there. But yes, being the face of the brand meant that I had to advocate for the brand. I had to talk more about it. I had to educate people on hair perfumes and how they are amazing, not just for your hair, but for your skin. Now, these are some of the ways that I try to use to differentiate ourselves from other businesses and other brands out there. The next thing that I needed to consider was who my target audience was. Who was that customer that I wanted to serve that would make me happy, that would make me energetic, that I'd be so excited to find new things that she'd enjoy. So it took me a while to figure that out, because I really wanted to make sure that we incorporated, the ideal customer in all aspects of the business, in marketing, in emails, in everything that we do. Even down to the design of the products, you need to be speaking to the right person. Otherwise, you might find that your efforts in marketing would probably fall flat because you don't really know who your target audience is. And yes, this is something that sometimes keeps evolving and you keep getting better and better at it. But it's good to have a target audience that you're starting with. You have an understanding of what they're looking for, what they like, what their pain points are, and you're able to build on that and create something that they truly love and enjoy. The next thing that I needed to consider were the finances that I needed to bring the products to market. There's so many costs that go into running a business. The cost of creating, the cost of design, of manufacturing, packaging, bottling, shipping, marketing. And when it comes to manufacturing or creating products, you'll realize that a lot of the manufacturers or suppliers of products have, minimum order quantities that you need to be aware of. For myself, who was creating a perfume line as well, you have to consider like ingredients, and some things still took me by surprise. So even though I had considered what I thought were the right things that I needed, there were still so many unexpected costs that came up while we were doing it. If you have an idea of your finances and what you need and you're able to break it down, I always suggest adding probably ×5. It's always good practice to make sure that you take account and put some miscellaneous extra costs for anything that may crop up and come up that you didn't think about. Because remember, you're just starting your own business, so you wouldn't know everything that you need. It's good to plan ahead just in case. The next thing that I needed to consider was marketing and advertising. How are you going to get to your target audience, your ideal customers? Where are they? How do you reach out to them? How do you sell to them? What words do you use? What words resonate with them? And for many of us who start, we don't have large audiences, so I didn't already have a built-in audience. I had to build the audience from scratch. So if you have an audience, it's a lot easier for you because you have people who know you, who like you, and listen to you from time to time. But for many of us, we had to start from scratch, and we had to build a bit of accountability and authority in the area so that people know who we are before they even know if they want to buy what we have to offer. Advertising was really important because especially when you're just bringing something out there and no one knows who you are, it's good to have a little bit of a budget that you can use to begin to let people be aware of your product and of your business. Now, not everybody starts doing advertising on their first year of business. But for myself, because we ran a crowdfunding campaign, we used Facebook ads to put us out there for people to know more about our business and our brand. To be honest, it's actually good to start organic and really build and grow, and then know who your customers are, and then start advertising, because you know who you're speaking to and you've honed things down in a better format. But for ourselves, we ran Facebook ads from time to time for giveaways and also for our crowdfunding campaign. One of the reasons why we ran a crowdfunding campaign was because I wanted to really have a proof of concept. I wanted to test it out in the market. I wanted to test people's willingness to pay, try it out to the international markets. So I wouldn't actually say it was actually easier, but it's more fail-safe in that you're able to test if people actually want it before you go into manufacturing and creating the product. Then you can even make adjustments along the way. So we created not just our hair perfumes, but we made amazing bag charms and lovely, beautiful, luxurious 100% hand-stitched silk square scarf. That was a mouthful. But yes, we created these amazing products because we wanted to create a beautiful bundle that would be amazing for our lady of substance. I wanted to start my own website, but I didn't know much about selling online, and I thought the easiest way would be to start on Amazon, because I knew a lot about Amazon FBA, and it was quite easy because they dealt with fulfillment. We started selling our elixirs on Amazon, and then towards the end of the year, we then set up our own website. So we had a WordPress website, which posed a lot of hell and a lot of trouble. Listen, if you want to do an e-commerce or online store where you are selling to people, especially if it's a physical products business, I would advise you to probably go with Shopify, because there's so many things that are made easy there. And if you're not someone who understands how to code, or you don't have someone on your team who just deals with the website, it's going to be a whole load of stress. So I ended up moving to Shopify because for me, it was easier. I knew how to learn, and even when I had to get people to help, it wasn't too bad. The next thing that I had to consider, which I didn't really know too much about, was the whole supply chain process. So for our brand, because we are involved in the design, the bottling, the packaging, and the distribution of our products, there's a whole different system that goes on. You know, the delay of one ingredient can derail the plan of the whole project. And so just learning how to put those different pieces together to make sure that things arrive on time and you give enough space so that if there's a delay, it doesn't creep into other parts of the project is, you know, it's something that I am still learning. The next thing that I had to consider was the manufacturing, the bottling, and the packaging. So when we started, I wanted to just outsource everything with manufacturing, bottling, and packaging, but it ended up not working out that way. Now we work with a reputable company that helps us with the manufacture of our perfume concentrate, but every other aspect is done in-house. We deal with the bottling, we deal with the packaging. I also had to realize that there's a lot to learn when it comes to the guidelines for trade. I had to understand that, you know, you need trademarks if you need to protect yourself, you need contracts, you need safety testing, because these products are going to be used on hair and skin. And you also want to make sure that you have insurance so that, you know, people are protected and are safe. And these are things that I had to learn along the way. And the last two things that I needed to consider was storage and shipping. Up till now, we're still working on shipping, especially shipping internationally. And several people have done really great videos talking about storage and shipping. But what I've decided is that this is actually the start of, you know, us sharing our journey and how things are going. And so from time to time, I'll come here and I'll talk more about different aspects of actually starting your business. Let me know in the comments if there's a particular area that you want me to speak about, and I can tell you our experience and what I've learned up until now in our process and how things have gone for us. And so if you are interested in our products, you want to get it for yourself or you want to share it with family, they make amazing gifts that you can give to your loved ones. Head over to our website and I'll link our website somewhere, maybe in the description box, or it will pop up on the screen. You can also find us on Instagram. But yes, go try out our products. We are so grateful to everyone who has supported us, especially on the first year of our journey of selling, of trading. And we are so happy and grateful to have you as part of our family. Hope you have an amazing time. Go watch these other videos that I've attached here. Take care of yourself, and I will see you in the next videos.